Hey guys, Nick here, and today we will be seeing who Shane shot, and why it was a surprise not only to Rick's group, but the Saviors and everybody. This is part 15 to the awesome remake of What If Rick Spared Shane. We open up with Shane pointing his shotgun, and boom! The screen fades to black like it did when Negan first killed Abraham at the end of Season 6, but we didn't know until Season 7's opening. But who Shane shot surprises everybody. The suspense is immense here. Hey, that rhymed. Anyway, everybody is surprised, shocked, and just bewildered at who Shane actually shot, including Rick's group, the Saviors, and we see who he shot right now. Negan. Shane pulled a Negan saving Daryl from the Whisperers and side-shot Negan with his shotgun, not even looking at where Negan is, doing what Negan did whenever he saved Daryl from the Whisperers. Why did Shane do this to Negan? Well, after seeing Glenn die, and Glenn being around with him since the very beginning, it really just hit Shane's good side hard, and he couldn't take it anymore. And he wanted to go back to the side where he belonged. Basically, Shane fighting with himself. And with this, Negan's bat falls to the ground in a clump, along with Negan's body. Because this did indeed impact him. Even though Shane wasn't looking as to where Negan was, he didn't have to. Shane would have plenty of experience with even looking behind him to shoot with his shotgun by this point. Afterwards, after an immediate, immense moment of silence, Shane shouts, "Now!" And the whole group, Rick's people and everything, jump up and combat the Saviors. And every one of the Saviors, including Dwight and Tara, are all taken down. Because all the Saviors are so surprised that Shane did this to Negan, they don't have time to react when Rick's people stand up and fight. And even though people like Abraham and Glenn are dead, people like Michonne and Lori and Rick, everybody else in the group, because there is a bunch of them, are able to still combat the Saviors. Simon knew something was up with Shane. He knew from the moment that he looked at him and wanted to take his spot as right-hand man that something was wrong. And he knew that there was just something about Shane that he was going to turn traitor. And now, even though he didn't win against him when they first fought, he's going to do anything to just do something to prove that Shane is nothing but a waste of space, now more than ever. Make his point known. Shane is more than happy to put Simon down again, knowing that he's stronger than him. But before the two can get into a scuffle, a python's shot rings out and shoots Simon straight in the head, ultimately stopping the two from even fighting. Who is this? Why, it's none other than Rick Grimes. Rick did this ultimately because he wasn't expecting this. After Shane left and betrayed the group once, that was something. But twice? Even he is surprised by this. He could have just shot Shane too, but he ultimately sees now that Shane's battling with his inner demons, and kicking him out probably wasn't the best idea. Yes, he literally meant it and that he would kill him, but I feel that Rick, seeing that Shane truly stood up this time, would honestly hit him hard. And Rick Grimes would also have mixed emotions to this as well, because after all, after seeing Glenn die, they both know that they missed Glenn. because Glenn saved Rick's life. Shane was with Glenn since the beginning too. They both know that Shane killing Negan kind of made up for the fact that Shane joined them and betrayed him and all that stuff. Shane also looks at Rick with eyes like, yeah, I screwed up major big time by teaming up with this guy. The governor was one thing, but this, he was really glad that he did what he did and shot Negan. Had he not and shot someone else, he would have died seconds after to someone else, be that Rick or anybody. And after all the saviors are dead and the whole group has time to reconcile with themselves, Maggie still goes to Hilltop, but everybody else goes too. Gregory does not believe that Negan's dead and is still being a stubborn know-it-all jerk like he is in the original story. But Shane doesn't take too kindly to that and holds up Lucille, saying that he doesn't believe that Negan's dead. Here's the frickin' proof. His bat. And suffice it to say, this definitely throws Gregory for a curve, because he didn't expect this group to actually be able to pull it off. Plus, he didn't see Shane before, so he thought that this guy must have been their backup plan or something. But all's made known in due time. But Jesus says the battle is far from over, because Negan still has people at the sanctuary, leaders, and there's still satellite outposts that have saviors that need to be taken down. And when they hear Negan's dead, there's definitely going to be a big battle. They got to get to them before they come for them, if you guys know what I mean. Shane, Rick, Lori, Carl, Daryl, and Michonne, the main leader type people in the group, the whole group, decide that it's best for them to go to the sanctuary specifically, while the rest of the group goes and combats the people at the satellite outposts, because it seems like the more safe word plan to go with, so that way they don't lose any people. They could all go together and just do all that, but honestly, that'd be more people just killed at once. They don't know how many saviors are there. So, Rick and all the other leader types go to the sanctuary to begin their plan. But, like Merle, Shane made a very derpy decision. Because not everyone is accounted for when it comes to being killed. If you guys know what I mean, let's get back to the clearing where Abraham and Glenn were unfortunately killed. Because a certain figure, making himself known once again, has not bitten the dust. Negan is still alive. Now, how in the world did this happen? And you guys might be thinking that I just did this because in all my other stories, Negan's not really meant anything. Well, maybe besides what if Lori survived, him living at least a lot longer. But I kind of wanted to throw Negan a bone here. And instead of him being shot in the head like that Whisperer was when Negan saved Daryl from the Whisperers, I made it so Shane's reckless not looking where he was shooting Negan shot him straight in the shoulder. So his shoulder is very much so injured from this shotgun blast. It could have almost taken his complete arm off, but I wasn't going to go that far. But it does leave a big, big bruise. Negan wakes up after being out cold because the shot definitely took him for a loop. And after waking up, he's very surprised because he doesn't know what happened. All the saviors are gone, all Rick's people are gone, his weapons are gone, the vehicles are gone. And then he thinks. Last thing he remembers, he was lining up Rick's people, and then he killed Abraham, and then Daryl punched him. He was about to kill Glenn, which he did, and then Morgan was about to attack, and he was about to kill a third person. But then, his new second-in-command, Shane... That's it! Shane! Shane, the person that he had now relied on as a second-in-command, betrayed him and shot him instead of shooting one of the group. All that trust he had placed into him had gone to complete and utter waste. And now, the only feeling Negan feels now is anger. But then he thinks of something else. His bat. Lucille. Where is Lucille? Someone must have taken it. In his final moments before passing out completely, he recalls seeing Shane pick up Lucille or someone like him. And then he blacked out. And now Negan just feels complete and utter anger. Because now that he's alive, he can play the element of surprise in getting his bat back. And making sure that Shane is the first person that he kills. Because he had put all that trust into making him a second-in-command, and it all went out the window. But the battle has not been completely lost, because even though the Saviors are supposedly without a leader, and he's lost 3 good men, that being Dwight, Tara, and Simon, there are still weapons in the RV there that he can use to at least protect himself. And if his thoughts are right, Rick and his people, along with now Shane, are going to go to the sanctuary and satellite outposts to kill the remainder of his men. And he is going to make sure that Shane is the first person that he sees and the first person he kills, because he is determined to get his revenge and get his bat back. How will this go now that Shane has betrayed Negan and Rick and his people are going to kill the Saviors? Will Negan get his bat back, or will this false death lead to his actual death? That's where we leave things for the moment. Bit of a weird cliffhanger, I know, but like I said, I kind of wanted to throw Negan a bone here from all my other what-ifs, because I feel that I did not give Negan and all those stories enough justice, except for maybe what if Lori survived. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.